How the Grinch ruined seminary. Every warrior down in T-ville liked seminary a lot, but the Grinch who lived just east of T-ville did not. The Grinch hated seminary the whole seminary season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that he didn't visit Temple Square. It could be perhaps that he always would swear. But I think that most likely reason of all may have been that his testimony was 2 sizes too small. Staring out from his car with a sour, Grinchy frown, he was going to Slough Seminary and drive across town. For he knew every warrior down in T-ville below were busy now helping their testimonies grow. Then the warriors, young and old, would sit down to feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, 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 feast. They would start in Matthew, straight through Mark, Luke, and John, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand going on. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every warrior down in T-ville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with organ pipes ringing. They stand hand in hand and the warriors would start singing. And they'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of hymns they'd sing, the more the Grinch thought,
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 3 years I've put up with it now. I must stop the spirit from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed from head to toe.
I'll go to seminary, all right. But when I'm through, they'll never want to go.
And he chuckled and he clucked.
Oh, what a great Grinchy trick. With this plan, I'm sure enrollment will drop very quick.
Then he loaded his backpack and got his old dusty quad and went to seminary, that Grinchy old fraud. Then he slithered and he slunk with a smile most unpleasant. As his classmates arrived, he began to torment. Then he mocked all the warriors with nefarious glee.
And now,
grinned the Grinch,
I'll shrink their testimony.
And the Grinch pointed and laughed at their spiritual insight until he heard a small voice that was quiet and polite. He turned around fast and he saw a cute girl, little Cicily who made his Grinch heart twirl. She got out of her desk and stood up in front and stared at the Grinch, and being quite blunt, said,
Why are you taking away from the spirit? With all of your teasing, no one can hear it.
But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little warrior.
The evil Grinch lied.
I want to change. I want to fix my life. My teasing only masks my inner toil and strife.
And his fib fooled the girl, teacher in the class. And they all wanted to get him on the straight and narrow path. And when Cicely went home that day, she got on her knees, and for the Grinch did she pray. As the days went by, the Grinch began to see that Cicely always lived righteously. She did not swear, and only watched good shows. She read of Christ's birth, and to Temple Square she did go. He also noticed a strange thing on her head.
It looks like some kind of helmet.
He said,
I want one too.
He said with desire, but the place he did not know to acquire.
Target or Walmart or maybe the mall? What's the latest fashion, wide, skinny, or tall? On second thought, Cicely who knows where. This information I need, she surely will share.
So right then and there he found her fast. His question about the helmet he quickly did ask. And to his question she did say,
I obtained my helmet through Christ and by my actions each day.
And he walked home and puzzled till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe the helmet,
He thought,
doesn't come from a store. Maybe salvation perhaps means a bit more.
and what happened then? Well, in T-ville they say that the Grinch's small testimony grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his testimony didn't feel quite so small, He stood and bore his testimony of Christ, who can save all.